Board, thank you for joining us this evening as we honor the City of Des Moines Parks and Recreation volunteers. Tonight, I want to tell you about a community. Envision, if you will, a place where neighbors gather to clean up their creeks, where Santa fills children's wishes, where families work together, where gardens get raked, and streets get cleaned. Imagine a community where corporations give back, where mothers make a difference, and where fathers and grandmothers teach lessons, where friends gather to improve water quality and clean our rivers and streams. Imagine a community that comes out year-round to enjoy each other, where young and old unite to protect our history. A community that grows gardens and overwinters delicate roses, where history can come alive in our cemeteries, where youth can learn. Imagine a community where wrongs can be righted and lives started over. This is a community that can be restored, renewed, and recreated through the hard work of people like the ones we honor tonight. Where children gather on hillsides, filling the fall air with laughter while restoring prairies that once covered Iowa. A community that is as diverse as the opportunities it holds. Tonight we are honored to celebrate this community, the City of Des Moines, our community, and the volunteers that make it a wonderful place to live well, play hard, and protect the earth. Volunteers do an incredible amount year after year for the City of Des Moines Parks and Recreation Department. They continue to bring us so much knowledge and incredible skills that enrich our community in ways that cannot be measured. Today, we honor over 2,400 volunteers that donated almost 14,000 hours this year, valued at over $300,000. Excuse me. There are so many stories I wish I could thank each and every person. The young married couple in the greenhouse that spend Sunday afternoons transplanting together, or the girl that we've watched grow over the years cleaning up our community and helping at special events. I'd love to thank the Connies of the world that work behind the scenes, quietly supporting our programs, and the Steve Millers who spend every waking moment cleaning our creeks, or the Girl Scouts who sell cookies to fundraise for the Lilac Arboretum. The stories are endless, and they may come for different reasons, but one thing remains the same. We appreciate everything that they do. So tonight we will share a few of these stories and celebrate all of our volunteers. Our first honoree this evening is Jim Ballard, president of the Easter Lake Neighborhood Association. He played a key role in the planning and implementation of our first Star Party at Ewing Park Lilac Arboretum. Jim attended meetings regularly, did site visits, helped plan camping spots, DJ'd at the event, and assisted in coordinating details. He was professional and represented the city well. Jim even built a marketing video and reached out to his own personal contacts to build interest in this first-time event. The Star Party was a success, with over 350 attendees and campers whose donations went back to the Lilac Arboretum. In addition to this, Jim's passion for the Arboretum is infectious. He has both fundraised and friend-raised support for the Arboretum, the Friends of Des Moines Parks, and for events such as the Lilac Festival and Star Party. For his amazing outreach and support, we honor him. Helping present this award is Horticultural Inspector Julie Hempel. Please join me in recognizing Jim Ballard for his amazing outreach and support of the Ewing Park Lilac Arboretum. If you want to come on up front, then Jen can take a picture of you.
Also part of our picture taking group is our city manager, Rick Clark, who's been nice to help with this.
Thank you. In August 2011, when our first dog park was opening at Ewing Park, John Hagner had a vision. He pictured a dog park ambassador program that would utilize volunteers to be our first line of customer service, meeting and greeting patrons, checking permits, monitoring the park, and keeping our guests and their pets happy and safe. He created an orientation and brief interview process to select ambassadors that are friendly, professional, and pet-friendly. He frequently interacts with the volunteers and keeps in constant communication about palmiers, park updates, calendars, and more, so we get the best service possible to both the volunteers and to the public. The dog park ambassadors have donated over 2,800 hours of service and now serve both Ewing and the new Riverwalk dog parks. We honor him tonight for his vision and initiative, creating this new volunteer opportunity that benefits park patrons, pets, and the Parks Department. Tonight, helping present his award is Recreation Manager Tiva Dawson. Please join me in honoring John Hagner with the 2012 Volunteer Supervisor of the Year Award. Smile again. This year, we have two outstanding groups that both deserve to be recognized. Our first group this evening is Rebuilding Together. Rebuilding Together is a long history with revitalizing parks, community centers, playgrounds, and other public spaces in our community. We're so happy to have a partnership with them year after year. This year, they chose Columbus Park, and the leadership team began meeting with staff to determine a list of projects for their workday. They bring great experience in organizing workdays and organized 214 volunteers from Meredith Corporation, who contributed over 1,800 hours to the city and in the pouring rain. In Columbus Park, they assembled 8 picnic tables, replaced old signage, and built an accessible route through the park. They purchased and planted more than 250 plants and trees, installed benches and bocce ball court shade structures as well. Their leadership was invaluable as they ordered supplies and plants, developed the landscaping plans, and worked through planning and installation. Tonight, helping present their award are Parks Manager Ron Ward and Planning Manager Kevin Moran. Please join me in honoring Rebuilding Together as one of the 2012 Volunteer Groups of the Year. Accepting on behalf of Rebuilding Together is Kimberly Hansen. Is Brett here? Nope. Okay. And Brett Wilson from Meredith Corporation was unable to come this evening. Please join me in honoring them. Do you need them to squeeze together? Did you get it? Okay. Thank you. The second volunteer group of the year we are honoring is the Des Moines Bike Collective. With 45 miles of trails, it's no surprise trails were ranked #1 most used, most important to household, most needed, and most willing to support with tax dollars in our 2007 Attitude and Interest Survey. The Bike Collective has volunteered numerous hours to help produce the Greater Des Moines Regional Trails Map, of which we distribute 10,000 each year, organize 23 Bike Month events attracting over 1,600 participants, and promote bicycling and our trails with bike camp, bike maintenance classes, and outreach since 2007. They also operate B-Cycle, a downtown bike sharing system, and accept donations of bikes. They volunteer to repair and give hundreds of them away. Both with the B-Cycle and the recycling of bikes, they help get more citizens out and enjoying our trails. Tonight, we honor the Des Moines Bike Collective for their volunteerism and support of our Parks and Recreation Department and our trails as one of our 2012 Volunteer Groups of the Year. Accepting on behalf of the Des Moines Bike Collective is Carl Voss. Please join me in honoring them. Wells Fargo is an environmentally responsible company which has encouraged a strong community where their employees live since they opened their doors 160 years ago. They believe one of the most important contributions their team members can make is using their professional skills and knowledge to help organizations such as ours. They continue to help us achieve our mission of helping Des Moines live well, play hard, and protect the earth, and have expanded their volunteerism to be year-round. They continue to be sponsors of events such as Earth Day Trash Bash, as well as providing hundreds of corporate volunteers which canvassed our roadways, cleaned our ditches, and helped restore our lilac arboretum. They continue to help us host events in our community centers, clean our creeks, offer up their graphic design skills, restore our woodlands, plant flowers in our parks, and more. Wells Fargo volunteer leadership also continues to be outstanding. 2 of their volunteers even headed up River Run Garbage Grab, an annual river cleanup effort, which they spent 8 months planning, organizing, seeking sponsors, getting dumpsters, and setting up sites along the river for the cleanup. It all paid off with 152 volunteers who cleared over 16,000 pounds of trash and 150 tires from our rivers, parks, and trails. Wells Fargo volunteers provide a diversity of support for all of our programs, and for this we honor them for the 3rd year in a row. Tonight we have Benji Klosterman, Abigail Wombold, Elise Koister-Williams, and Wells Fargo Vice President of Community Affairs, Catherine Murphy, representing Wells Fargo. Please join me in honoring Wells Fargo as the 2012 City of Des Moines Parks and Recreation Corporate Volunteer Group of the Year. Do you need 2 rows? 2 rows, please. Can you squeeze?
All people in their best.
Could we have a volunteer organize them?
Why would you give it to one team?
I'll investigate.
Thank you. Rich Banger served 30 years in the Navy and has been retired for 23 years. He has served the city as a cemetery steward since 2011 and works at Glendale Cemetery almost every day. He consistently exceeds all of our expectations. Rich chose to serve his country and his fellow veterans by first focusing on the veteran section, where he removed all of the worn and torn small American flags on the grave sites, raised headstones, picked up trash, and informed staff of any problems that needed addressed. He picks up all the flags outside of the veteran section as well and has moved on to help in other blocks in Glendale's 200-plus acres, picking up old decorations and more. He helps out in so many ways and has been busy since the big snowstorm, picking up down limbs. Staff has nicknamed Rich Stickman because he picks up and recycles thousands of sticks in the cemetery each year. These sticks used to be flags, but they are worn down to nothing but a stick. Rich removes them to clean the graves. The recycled sticks are then used to mark the lots in the winter snow. There's just not enough wonderful words to express how our staff feels about Rich. Tonight, helping present his award are cemetery manager Marlene Anderson and staff Julie Wieserak, Ray Massey, Jay Hastings, Gary Redburn, and Mark Boehner. Please join me in honoring Mr. Rich Banger as our 2012 Volunteer of the Year. You guys can come up and get your picture taken with them. Don't be scared. Next picture, come on up.
Folks came out in their own time, I can celebrate this too.
I think we need another row here.
Can you feel the love? Since Since the 1980s, Miles Mills III and his wife Claire have played an integral role in the Rose Garden. In 2002, the Parks Department noted his dedication to the garden by naming the garden after his wife Claire and himself. Miles has worked with staff on proper rose maintenance, increasing the overall health and appearance of the roses, and has spearheaded the Rose Garden Advisory Committee. Along with the Rose Garden Advisory Committee and the Greater Des Moines Community Foundation, they created an avenue in which Rose Garden donations can be used to assist with garden projects and to hire seasonal assistants dedicated to the garden. Even with the seasonal help, Miles still helps each year by making rose recommendations and overwintering tree roses at his own home. We estimate that Miles has spent over 6,000 hours helping with the Rose Garden. We honor him tonight for his leadership and volunteerism for the last 32 years to our community. And tonight, helping present his award is Horticultural Inspector Julie Hempel. Please join me in honoring Miles Mills with the 2012 City of Des Moines Parks and Recreation Volunteer Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you so much, Greg. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Brand. Okay.
You can go ahead and take your seats if you wish. Dan Zadra in Kobe Yamada's book One says it best. What does a great life look like? Ask 100 people what a great life looks like and you'll probably get 100 different answers. But certain answers will make virtually everyone's list. Most people would agree, for example, that a great life includes something worth living for and maybe even dying for. A portion of a great life would be devoted to something bigger, greater, grander than yourself. Something that inspires you, energizes you, pulls you forward. Something that responds to your unique talent or touch and ultimately makes a difference in the world around you. A great life would naturally bring more meaning, more purpose, more love, laughter, wonder, and adventure to your days. And at the end of your journey, you would look back on a life of significance, rather than regret, knowing that in your heart that you left the world better than you found it, knowing that you made a difference in the lives of others, knowing that you got something wonderful out of it and you gave something wonderful back. A great life, of course, is not something we experience, it is something we create. A huge thank you again to all of our special award winners and all of our volunteers for choosing to give something wonderful back to our community and helping us create a great life. We challenge each of you to the same, and we look forward to another exciting year in 2013 volunteering. Chairman Galloway and members of the Park Board, thank you.